So this is the page on the book.
Yes.
We can go through this first. Kasya eshaha kasya syutaha. So that is already written there. Whose bag is this? This is the bag of Suresha. Eshaha Sureshasya syutaha. Sa kasyaha petika. Petika means box. Sa Nalinyaha petika. Nalini is some girl's name. Now, etat kasya graham. This did you understand this part? This sentence?
See that?
Huh? Did you understand?
Whose home is that? Or is that his home?
Whose home? This is graham is home. Kasya whose? Etat this. So this is for the graham. Whose home is this? So etat mitrasya graham. This is the home of friend. Now yutakam. Yutakam means shirt. Etat kasya yutakam. Whose shirt is that? That means that. Tat bhavatah yutakam. That is your shirt. Bhavatah is your. Like in the some time back, we started with bhavatah, right? Bhavatah nama kim. Bhavatah means your. Your, if that the other person is male person, so then we use bhavatah to indicate to means, which means your. This is a masculine word.
What is bhavatasya?
There is no bhavatasya.
Okay, bhavatasya. Okay.
See, bhavan means you. That you is a male. Right? Bhavan. Bhavan kaha means who are you. This is you. And the shashthee vibhakti of the bhavan word is bhavatah, not bhavatasya. Okay? Bhavatah. Bhavata means you are. This is also, both are masculine. Now, just like Balaka, Rama, etc., all those have their table, right? They have their own tables, vibhakti tables. Remember the vibhakti tables?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like this, the vibhakti table. So, even the Bhavan also has its own vibhakti table. So, let's look at that quickly. Where is that? Let's go to articles, to grammar. In the grammar, grammar, you go to this sarvanama shabdaha, pronouns. And in this, bhavat is the root word for that. Base word for bhavan is bhavat. So if I click that, so here, bhavan. So the prathama vibhakti is bhavan, that means you, and shashthī vibhakti you see here, bhavatah, you are. Okay? This is ekavachana. If it is a plural, you can use this column, last column. Bhavantaha means many of you. Bhavatam means many of yours. You are only, but it's many people. Yours. Okay, so going back to that. So here we had yutakam. Next one.
Can you explain what the word yutakam means?
Which one?
The title word yutakam, does that mean practice?
Which?
The very first word. Oh.
Yutakam.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Yutakam is shirt. Shirt.
No, the next word. The one that's in brown.
Abhyasa. Abhyasa is practice, correct.
Practice, okay.
Yeah. Abhyasa is practice. Yathodharanam. Yathodharanam. Riktasthanani purayatu. This is a sentence. Yatha udaharanam means per the example. Yathodharanam. Riktasthanani. Blanks. Purayatu. Fill in. Okay, and this line, anybody? Yeah, Shiva Mahoday. Can you explain meaning in English?
Etat Ramasya Bhavanam
Meaning.
Yeah, so that's what I'm coming to. We'll say this sorry, not this, that is Rama's temple.
This, etat is this.
Etat is it.
This, Ramasya.
Sorry. Yes, sorry. Etat is this.
Ramasya means of Rama. Bhavanam means not a temple, it's just a building.
Okay.
Okay, next one.
Etat Kasya Bhavanam.
So this is the answer. Okay, I think.
Yes.
You know that. Okay, next one.
Is this the question? The first? No, that would be the question. The second one would be the question to the answer.
Yes. So that, the exercise is to fill the blank with this kasya, etc. Yes. That is the question for the questions. Okay.
Yes.
The next one, please. Yeah.
Eshaha upavanasya margaha. So that is Eshaha is this. Marga is that's cut.
Marga is road.
Oh, road. Okay. So that will be this something on the road. Upavan.
Upavanam means garden or a park.
Oh.
So Eshaha Upavanasya Margaha. This is road of garden. Gardens road.
Or the park road.
So, means which leads to the.
So then we'll say the question will be Eshaha Kastya Margaha.
Yeah. So note that here in the first sentence we are saying Etat Ramasya Bhavanam. So why are we using Etat? Why not Eshaha or Esha?
This building is neutral? Because the word building is a neutral word?
Correct. So we should say not the word building, word Bhavanam. Bhavanam is neuter.
Sorry.
Bhavanam word is Napunsaka-lingam. And same thing here, Eshaha, we are using Eshaha because Margaha is Pullinga word. And so just information, this upavanasya, I just now said upavanam. Upavanam is an napumsakalinga word, just for your information. It's not playing any role here in terms of eshaha, etc. But eshaha is attached to marga, that's why you are using eshaha. But upavanam itself is an napumsakalinga word. Okay. Next.
Sorry, do I do that, Sanjeevji?
Yeah, you can do it.
Or somebody else?
Yeah, finish it. You already unmuted.
Etat bhavataha nagaram. So that is your village.
So etat is this, right? This.
Sorry, I keep saying that. This.
This is your nagaram. Nagaram means what? City.
Oh.
So previously we saw, right, in the previous lesson, nagarasya nama Delhi. Nagaram. Nagaram means city.
I don't know why I keep saying village all the time. Yeah.
So village, you have another word called gramaha. Just information. Gramaha, pullinga word. Gramaha is used for village. Nagaram, napumsakalinga word, is used for city.
So the question will be etat kasya nagaram.
Yes. Okay. Next one, Lakshmi Bhagini, you want to do? Lakshmi Bhagini is on mute.
Lakshmi Prasanna Mahodaya.
Yes.
Esha bhavatyah duravani. Esha kasya duravani.
Kasyaha.
Kasyaha duravani. This is your telephone. Whose telephone is this?
Yeah. So just for everybody's understanding, what is bhavatyaha?
Your, but it is a woman.
Your, it's a feminine word. When that you is a female. And what is the prathama vibhakti of bhavatyaha?
Bhavati.
Bhavati. So just like bhavan we saw, it has the vibhakti table. Bhavati also has its own vibhakti table. Bhavati is just like nadi. This is simple, like nadi. Simple means we have already seen it. Everything is simple if you know it. So bhavati is also like nadi, which is, we have been seeing nadi. What are the other words we saw like nadi? Like the word Malini was one example, Parvati one example, Bhavati is one more. Or Duravani itself. Duravani is like that. Duravani is also like nadi.
Putri?
Oh. Huh?
Putri as well?
Yes, Putri. Right. Okay.
Sorry, Sanjeevji. A question here. Actually, it's a clarification. For is it okay if we say female words rather than saying, because female tend to.
Which female word?
No, like when we say bhavatasya, bhavatasyaha,
no.
or bhavati. Because isn't that saying the word? I know in English we say female, but it's kind of limited. Whereas Sri Lingam is more a wider coverage. I'm not sure if I'm asking the question correctly.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm understanding.
Sorry,
that's fine. Let's move on.
Jay here. I think. Sorry, Sanjeevji. I think what he wants to say is masculine and feminine. So instead of saying female,
okay.
I think that's what you want to say, Shinji? Or?
Well, when we tend to say if we say, well, yeah, feminine probably is a better word than female, because female it's kind of restricted to
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
things, right? But we have Sri Lingam words that are not living things too.
Okay, so how about this? Let's just use Napumsaka Lingam only. We'll not use English words.
Yes.
Okay.
Pumlingam, Napusakalingam, Sri Lingam.
Everybody is good with that? Okay.
Dhanyabad.
So bhavatyaha, yeah, bhavati is what? Strilingam, all right?
Mahodaya.
Okay, good. Okay, what next? Lakshmi begin.
Can I ask
Etat vrukshasya parnam. This is the tree's leaf. Etat kasya parnam. Whose leaf is this?
Okay.
Yesha lataya putraha. This is Lata's son. Yesh kasyaha putraha. Whose son is this? Can I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead. Unless if anybody has any question, please ask.
Sa Rameshasya putri. This is Ramesh's daughter. Sa kasya putri. Whose daughter is this?
I have a question.
Whose daughter is that, right? Sa is that.
Sa, that, right.
Question?
For etat bhavataha and etat krushasya, why are the endings different?
For bhavataha and rukshasya?
Yes. Is it the word itself that makes the ending different, or is it?
Who is asking? Masha, okay.
Radhika.
It is the vibhakti table, right? We just now saw that all the words with, okay. This is a different kind of word. See, the word vibhakti table, the form of the word in the vibhakti table. So vibhakti table where we saw here, right? Like this. We have vibhakti table for different words. And what is the vibhakti table forms? Depend on what? It depends on the root word or the base word, right? Which is written here. So Nadi is the base word for this table. And similarly for Rama, we have a different table, and that format is depends on the root word, which is Rama. Rama means what? It depends on what is the, how do we say that? This is the akaranta pullinga shabda, means what? The word, this word ends in a sound, like the base word ends in a sound, and it is pullinga. Okay. And all the words which are ending in a sound and which are pullinga, they have that kind of vibhakti table form. Okay. Similarly, the Nadi also, all the words which are ending in E, with long E like Nadi, and which are Strilingam, so they follow this kind of table. Like Duravani also will follow this kind of table. So we have like Nadi, Duravani, Duravanyam, Duravanyah. And then the second, Ditiya, is Duravani, Duravanyam, Duravanihi, like that. And then the shashthee, sixth one, which we are studying now, it becomes Duravanyaha, Duravanyoho, Duravaninam. So the vibhakti table or this word forms depends on its base word. What is the type of the base word? So all the words which are ending in E and Strilinga, they follow this pattern. And all the words which are ending in base words ending in a and pullinga, they follow like Rama Shabda, like Balaka, Putra, etc. They follow that pattern. And all the words ending in a but which are in Napunsakalingam, they follow the pattern like Phala, Jala, etc. So here if you, here, where is that? So here, we have to know the base word first. Okay. So here if you see Rama is given, so any word which we come across like Putra, Putra, Bhima, anything ending in a, Balaka, Bala, Shikshaka, etc. they follow this pattern. And any word ending in a but which is Strilingam, so that follows this pattern. Like Rama, so we have studied a few words like Lata, what are the other words in a? Lata, Sharkara.
Yeah, understood. I think I was thinking it had to be Napunsakalingam only because of the etat, but I got it wrong.
And Napunsakalinga like Phala. It will Phala, Jala, Vatayana, they all also follow this one. And now for Bhavat, where is Bhavat? Bhavan is a different kind of word. It is not ending in a, and it is a pullinga, but it is not ending in a. So we have to look at the base word, which is here. Its base word is here. It is not like Rama. So it is not. It doesn't become Bhavatasya. So we'll have to look at its table. So that is its table is here. So what is the base word is Bhavat. So what the base word is ending in the sound. It is not ending in a sound like Rama or Jala, etc. So it is ending in the sound, the base word, and it is pullinga, and its table is here. So we'll have to look at this position here, shashthee, the sixth case ending, and ekavachanam, singular. So that is bhavataha, not bhavatasya. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
The same thing, like nadi, we have the word like bhavatyaha, right? So what is the base word for bhavatyaha? Bhavati. That we saw. Bhavati is the base word. Bhavati is a simple or simpler word, not like bhavat. This is a simpler. Its base is bhavati, which is like nadi. So we just look at the nadi which is already here, right? Which is already here. So it is also here. So you go to nadi here, the nadi form. You look at the nadi form here. So it is the sixth case ending here, nadyaha. So like this it becomes bhavatyaha, because it is a strilinga shabda. That's what you want. Okay.
Thank you for going over that again. I appreciate it.
Etat rukshasya paranam, etat rukkasya paranam. Next, Latayaha is also over. Okay, number 7. Seventh. Let's do it.
Should I go ahead, sir?
Yeah.
Sa Rameshasya Putri, that is Ramesh's daughter. Sa Kasya Putri, whose daughter is that? Sah Dhanasya Koshaha, this is money's box. Sah Kasya Koshaha, whose box is this? Kosha is box only, right? Koshaha.
Yeah, it can be used for box or kosha is like a pocket.
Okay. Tat nadyah jalam, that is the river's water. Tat kasyah jalam, whose water is that? Etat bhavanasya dwaram. This is the door of the house. Etat kasya dwaram. Whose door is this? Tat guroh padatranam. That is Guru's footwear. Here Guru is plural, right?
No, singular. I will show you that. Okay. After this. Okay, next.
Okay. Whose footwear is tat kasya padatranam? Whose footwear is that? Sah vaidyah chikitsalayah. This is the doctor's hospital. Again, here doctor is feminine, right?
Yes.
Strilinga. Yeah. Whose hospital is that? Sa sauchikasya kartari. That is the tailor's scissors. Sa kasya kartari. Whose scissors are that?
Yeah. So kartari here is a singular, but in English it becomes scissors. But here in Sanskritam we just use singular, kartari.
Kartari.
One instrument. Now this guroho is a shashthee vibhakti, which is like a different word here. So that shouldn't. So here in the previous page, few additional words which have been given here. So some basic words which we are studying, which are the pullinga word ending in a, like Rama, and strilinga word ending in a, like Lata, and Napunsakalinga words ending in a, which is like Phala or Jala, and strilinga words ending in E, Dirgha E, like Nadi. These are the basic words which are our focus. However, there are some additional words which are also common, which I thought we should also know, because otherwise study will not be that complete. So, what are those other words? Let's look at the slide first. Yeah. Now, these words I just now talked about. Pullinga word ending in a, pullinga Napunsakalinga word ending in a, strilinga word ending in a, and strilinga word ending in e. So these 4 types. However, there are additional words like Hari. Hari is the pullinga word ending in short e. The base word is Hari. So these such words are also common in usage. Base word ending in e, pullinga word Hari. So that table also, or the vibhakti different forms also, if you know, it would be better. And similarly, base word, pullinga base word, and guru ending in short u. This is the base word is guru, ending in short u. And there is mati. This is strilinga word ending in short e. Note that Hari ending in short e, that is pullinga. Mati ending in short e, that is strilinga. So there shashthee vibhakti forms, singular forms. Harihi becomes Harehe. Guruhu, shashthee vibhakti is Guroho. Matihi, has two forms, matehe or matyaha, alternative forms in shashthee vibhakti. Obviously, you can look at the table, the entire table, which you can find here. Right? So, if you can find mati, for example, so let's start with Hari. So, Hari. You go here, you find this Hari, the shashthee vibhakti given here. Hari is the prathama vibhakti, Haro is the, sorry, not Haro. Harehe is the shashthee vibhakti. What are the other examples of ikaranta pullinga word?
Mahodaya, Hari is the name of a person, right? So when we say Hari Naam, it implies many Haris are there, or
yes,
Hari,
many
has a different meaning.
Hari has multiple meanings. Hari is name of the person. Hari is name of Vishnu God, Narayana, and Hari also means lion. Hari also means Ashwaha. Ashwa means what is that? Horse. And Hari also means monkey. So there are multiple meanings for Hari. Hari, lion, monkey, horse, and obviously the God, supreme God, Hari. Okay. Other examples of Hari, like Hari, ikaranta pullinga shabda, which one of that is given in the book here. This kavehe is given here. Like Hari, kavi is the root word here. Ikaranta pullinga shabda. What is the meaning of kavi?
Poet.
Poet. Poet's lekhani. Lekhani we all know. Lekhani is a pen, and bahuvachanam like nadi, we already know that. Like nadi becomes nadyaha. So lekhani becomes lekhanyaha. So in bahuvachanam it becomes kavinam. Kavehe, kavinam. So that you look at the vibhakti table. So it is harinam here. So it becomes kavinam. Right? And na to na you already know. Okay? When it is na, when it is na. Kavinam, harinam. Just information, kavi means poet, but kavi also, originally it means, kavi means one who is very much learned. Okay, next one we are showing kavi and guru. Ukaranta pullinga shabda guru. Where is guru? That goes like guru here. Guru. So guru prathama vibhakti we have guruhu. Guruhu means teacher. Pullinga word. Guru literally means who is heavy, who has more mass. In terms of jnana. So here it means guru, when it means teacher who has more knowledge, heavy in terms of knowledge, heavy with knowledge, accumulated knowledge, guru. So guru who? So can somebody make some sentence using this prathama vibhakti guru who? Guru who? Some simple sentence.
Guruhu Achami Deepti.
Huh?
No good, right? I'm sorry.
Sorry, I didn't understand the word. Guru who?
Mama Sanskrit Bhashayam Guruhu Sanjeevaha.
Sanskrita Bhasha. Okay, so we'll use the Saptami later. So that is not necessary right now. Mama Guruho Sanjiva. Okay. That is enough. Simple. Okay. Now Guruho, another word. Guruho, using another sentence, using shashthee vibhakti. Guruho. Anybody? Like Nirmala Bhagini? Guroho.
Mama Guroho Graham Delhi Asti. Delhi Asti.
Delhi Nagaram Asti. Mama Guroho Graham
Delhi Nagare.
Nagare Asti. Asti. Dhanyawada.
Thank you.
Now another example with the U, the masculine word. Pullinga Shabda with U, ending in U. Let's take like Guru. What word could be there? Shambhu is another word. Right? Shambhu, or there are many words.
Raghu, Mahodaya. Raghu.
Raghu and Raghu, these are names. Raghu, Shambhu, these are names. And then other words are like one is like let's say Taru. Taru means tree or a plant. Taruhu. Taru, Ukaranta Pullinga Shabda, and then we have Pashu. Pashu is animal. Ukaranta Pullinga Shabda. Pashu. And then even Vayu. Vayu means wind. Ukaranta Pullinga Shabda. Then we have, I'm looking at a book here. Bhanu. Bhanu is Surya. Bhanu is sun. So Ukaranta Pullinga Shabda. So there are many words with Ukaranta. Like Prabhu. Prabhu is like one who owns. Right? Prabhu. Ukaranta. Then we have Ishu. Ishu, Ukaranta Pullinga. Ishu means arrow.
Pitru?
No, Pitru is a ru. There's a ru at the end, right? Ru. It is not u.
Okay.
Then
Mahodaya, if the guru is a female guru, then what do you say?
Female guru, Gurvi.
Wow.
Gurvi. And generally, female, if it is a teacher, we don't use Gurvi like that, but we generally use Acharya or Shikshika. Though Guru has a female form is available, but in practice we do not generally use it. Then these words are then Rutu. Rutu means season. Rutu.
Dhenu, Kamadhenu.
Dhenu is Strilinga word. Ukaranta Strilinga word.
Okay.
Okay. So all those follow this pattern. So if you want to use, let's say, Bhanu word. So shashthee vibhakti example, can anybody make a sentence with Bhanu, shashthee vibhakti?
Bhanu.
Bhanoho. Bhano.
Bhanu Rekha.
Kirana. Okay, that's enough. That's good. And like Kavi, Ikaranta Pullinga Shabda, other examples are pullingam. E, U. So E comes first. Okay. So other examples.
Ravi.
Yes, Ravi. Yeah, Ravi, and then Agni. Ravi means again sun. Agni is fire. Then Kapi. Kapi, monkey. Giri. Giri means Parvata. Same. Giri is mountain.
Pati.
Pati has a little bit different form. It is also Ikaranta Pullinga, but it doesn't exactly follow the same format of like Ravi, Kapi. So it's a little bit different format. And then we have the Giri, and then we have Nidhi. Nidhi means collection. And then
Mahodaya, sorry. Sanjeevji, Sakhi, would Sakhi follow the same pattern?
No, Sakhi is very different.
Okay.
Pati is a little bit closer, but Sakhi is different. Okay, so Muni is like a Rishi, sage. And I'm just listing out some famous ones. Like the other one is the Dhvani. Dhvani means sound. Dhvani. These are Pullinga, Ikaranta Pullinga Shabdas, which follow the pattern of Hari. So if you see the word collection here, you see that Hari is listed, but Pati, Sakhi also listed here because they follow a different pattern. So,
but Sakhi is Strilinga, right?
Sakhi is Strilinga, that is Dirgha Ikaranta, that is if the friend is, I'm going to use female now. Okay? If the friend is female actually, then we use Sakhi. Okay? This is a Strilinga word. This is like Nadi. But if the friend is Purusha, what do you call that? Friend is Purusha, which is male, then the base word is Sakhi, Ikaranta Pullinga, but its table is different. It is Sakha. In the Pratama Vibhakti becomes Sakha. Okay? Base word is E only, Sakhi. It is short E. But at Pratama Vibhakti becomes Sakha. So this is a bit different. Okay? And Pati also, if you see, if it is base word is same like Hari, but it is a little bit different here. Because in the Tritiya Vibhakti, Hari becomes Harina, right? Harina, Kavina, etc. But here it becomes Patya. Okay? It has an alternate form of Patina, but when that alternate form is used, there is a rule. So we'll look at that rule differently. But its general usage is like Patya. We learned most of the words ending in short E, they follow Hari, like Hari pattern. But some words, Pati is a special word, Sakhi is a special word. So some of may be different. And then Guru. Guru, most of the Pullinga words ending in U, short U, they follow the pattern of Guru. Okay. So that is, those some words are given here, like Guroho Pustakam, Gurunam Pustakani. The next word here, special word is given Pituhu, the shashthee vibhakti. So the base word for this is Pitru. Pitru. So it is not U, Pitru, it is a Ru. Why? Because it is P and the Ru, right? Pitru, like this, Pitru. Ru is a vowel. So it follows a different pattern. The shashthee vibhakti becomes Pituhu. and again there is a pattern for that. You have a table for that. So where is that? In the like Pitru, you see here, Pitru. Again you see there is a two words. There are two words here. There is a Dhatru also and Pitru also. They have little bit different patterns. Some words, base words ending in Ru, Pullinga words ending in Ru, they follow patterns like Dhatru, but many words follow the patterns like Pitru.
Sorry, Sanjeevji, so Dhatru, you have the Pullingam, but you also have a Napusalingam? Oh.
Yes, Napumsakalinga, yeah. Napumsakalinga also we have Dhatru.
So different meaning?
Meaning means again, like if the object is Napumsakam, Napumsakalingam, then that there could be words which are the base words which are ending in Ru. Like for example, Mitram. Mitram is an Napumsakalingam, like that. Some word could be in Napumsakalingam which ends in Ru, and that follows the pattern which is given, like Dhatru, which is Napumsakalingam. Now, Pitru, the table is here, Pita, Pitra, Pitaraha, etc. And you see that the Prathama becomes Pita, like just like Pita. And Shashthee, sixth case, we have Pituhu. Pituhu, can you give some example in Vakyam?
Kasyuhu.
Kasya?
Would it be not Kasyuhu instead?
No. The Kasya, question words don't change. Question words remain same depending on the lingam.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Pituhu padatranam.
Pituhu padatranam is one example of the Vakyam. Pituhu padatranam, Pituhu gruham, Pituhu hastaha. Okay. So, yeah, remember question words, Kasya, that do not change. They have their own tables. So, we'll have to look at their tables. Kasya in Pullinga remains Kasya, Napumsakalingam remains Kasya, and Strilingam Kasyaha.
Right. I'm sorry.
Okay, Shashthee is Pituhu. Yeah. The same here, next word we have Yuvatehe. Here the base word is Yuvatihi, which is like Matihi. So in the slide here we have Matihi, which is Strilinga word. Base word is Mati, Ikaranta, Strilinga Shabdaha, Mati or Yuvatihi. Example given here is Mati. Mati, so you go to Mati. We have two alternative forms, Matyaha, Matehi. So we have Yuvati, taking the example here. Yuvati has Syutaha. Yuvati means young girl or a young woman. Yuvati has Syutaha. Yuvati Nam Syutaha. Bahuvachanam becomes Yuvati Nam, like Mati Nam. I hope you know Mati. Mati means intellect. Or mind. Yeah, sometimes mind. Sometimes. Yeah. Next word is also given here, like Dhenu. You're asking, and two more words. So this first word is ending in E, short E, Pullingam, Kavi. Next word is short Ukaranta, Pullingam. Next word is Rukaranta, Pullingam. This word is Ikaranta, Strilingam. This word is Ukaranta, Strilingam. We are following the same pattern, E-U. like e, like in that sequence. So we already know and we already know. These are the additional words ending in these additional sounds. E, u, ru. Then again we have e, u, ru. Yeah. Base words. Base word for yuvate is yuvati. Yuvati, e, and dheno is dhenu. Ukaranta strilinga word. And for matru, the base word is matru. Rukaranta strilinga word. So here we have the dheno is the shashthee bhakti, and the bahuvachanam becomes dhenu nam. Pucham, we know tail, puchani. Matuhu is matru base word, and the shashthee bhakti is matuhu, which is similar to pituhu. And bahuvachanam is also matrunam, like pitrunam. Yeah. You can refer to their here, dhenuhum is strilinga word. Table is here, prathama vibhakti, shashthee vibhakti, we alternate forms. You can use both, but dhenoho is like guroho, so it is simpler to use. Remember, dhenoho, guroho. Then mata, rukaranta strilinga word is here. Mata, prathama vibhakti, shashthee vibhakti becomes matuhu. Vakyam kim bhavati? What is the example? Udaharanam. Matuhu. Matuhu padatranam. Matuhu.
Kankanam.
Matuhu kankanam.
Matuhu graham.
Matuhu graham.
Could you please give the English definition of 24, 25, and 26? What the words mean?
Where is 24?
14.
Oh, 14. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Words yuvate syutaha. Yuvati means young woman. Syutaha means what? We already studied this, right? Syutaha.
The box?
Bag. Syutaha. And dhenoho means cow. Yeah, cow. And pucham, we have used this before. Tail. Matru means mother. Shishuhu.
Baby?
Baby. So shishu is one more word. This is ukaranta, like guru. Like guru ending in short u, pullinga shabdaha. Guru. Shishu.
But shishu can be both, it can be used for both a boy baby or a girl baby, right?
Yeah, the word is pullingam. It can be used for both boy baby, girl baby.
Okay.
Okay, next look at Subhashitam. So any question on this homework? I think the answers were already there, so it should be clear.
I had a question with this falani patram, because there is r, that's why it is patrani. Phalam is falani.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. I marked as falani. Okay.
And there was
even this balakaha, it is balaka nam. Now bhikshukaha, it's bhikshuka nam, right? Second one.
Bhikshukanam.
Sha. Okay. Okay.
Why? Because there is sha there, right?
Sha. Yeah. Okay.
Sha and u. Bhikshu. Sha u. And there is a ka.
Okay.
So here, like when we say, is ma in this correct? Mitram agacchati. So
Yes.
it should be yes.
Yeah.
Don't answer it as maybe. Because it is ma is correct. Whether no, not that one. There another one. Here. Balakan namami. So here also do not answer maybe. It should be yes. Is anuswara correct? Yes. But if it is another one was there. No, this is also. Oops, sorry. Here obviously it is not. Mittam anuswara mittam agachat is not.
Sanjeev ji, that one there. Palam.
Palam patati. This one, is this correct? Yes. Don't answer maybe or something. So palam patati. So both are correct. Palam, if you write like this also it is correct. This is also correct. Depending on how you want to say it. We did this Chatrasyadha, etc. Subhashitam. Subhashitam. Narasya abharanam rupam. Yes, somebody can read it. Veena. Just reading. Subhashitam. Veena is on mute. Anybody else? Anita?
Yeah.
Yeah.
नरस्याभरणं रूपं रूपस्याभरणं गुणः गुणस्याभरणं ज्ञानं ज्ञानस्याभरणं क्षमा.
If anybody knows the meaning, they can explain. So just clarify. Abharanam means
jewelry.
Ornament.
Ornament.
Abharanam means something that decorates jewelry. So anybody want to go with the meaning, or if you know?
Nara is a man, is it?
Nara is man.
So a man's ornament.
Ornament, yeah, that's good.
Ornament is rupam, the form.
Yeah, form. Look.
Looks. Okay. And the looks ornament is gunam.
Guna. So looks means how he presents, like his what you call demeanor, the English word. Rupam here it returns like looks. Yeah, it's a look, but how he presents himself, how he behaves. And then narasya abharanam rupam, a person's ornament is rupam, look or behavior, and then rupasya abharanam gunaha. His look is not enough. His looks ornament or ornament of that look is gunaha. Gunaha means character. Yes. Gunasya abharanam jnanam.
Knowledge.
So So ornament of that character is knowledge. And jnanasya abharanam kshama.
The quality of forgiving.
So jnanasya, the knowledge, abharana, ornament of knowledge is kshama. Kshama is quality of forgiving. Also it means tolerance.
Tolerance.
Namo Namaha, Sanjeev Mahodaya.
Namo Namaha.
Very beautiful Svashtam.
I think you just joined it. We are already 1 hour into the
I know, I forget, I just keep forgetting it.
Okay. Because today is 8 o'clock, yesterday is 9 o'clock. That's why it is confusing.
Oh, yesterday is 8 o'clock? That is Eastern time, right? So I got confused with that. I had to convert it to Central.
The 1 hour difference between the two classes. No, that's confusing.
Oh, okay. That's where I should remember. Okay.
Okay, so we also finished this Shadrasaha. So the next, so far, so we'll mainly be focused on the Prathama vibhakti, right? Prathama vibhakti of certain words. Which words? The words whose base word is ending in a sound and pullingam, a sound strilingam, a sound napunsakalingam, dirgha e sound strilingam, and just now we saw a few more words, additional words. Hrasva e sound strilingam and pullingam, Rasva U sound strilingam pullingam, and Rukaranta Ru, Rasva Ru strilingam and pullingam, Pitru Matru, and their Prathama vibhakti and Shashthee vibhakti. Some examples also we saw. Few more examples here. And that was not somewhere the noise was coming, so I'm trying to find to mute somebody. It was not Ushar again. I think it was from Veena. All right. So Jalam Shishyaha. Okay, so we can have some practice here. Mangala Bhagini. So what is the root base word for Jalam and what is its lingam?
Napunsakalinga. Root word is Jalam.
Root word is Jala. Just Jala.
Jala.
Its Prathama vibhakti form is Jalam. Okay, same thing. Okay, what is the next one? Shishyaha. Base word or root word?
Shishya.
Shishya. Lingam.
Lingam Pullinga.
Meaning?
Meaning Shishya, teacher. Shikshaka is teacher. Shishya is student.
Yeah, student. Okay. Phalam.
Phalam is fruit. Root word is phala.
Phala. Chakram.
Chakra is the root word. Chakram is wheel. Wheel.
What is the Shashthee vibhakti form?
Chakrasya.
Shashthee ekavachanam chakrasya. Shashthee bahuvachanam.
chakrani
shashthee.
Chakranam.
So you'll have to add that naam to the root word, base word, not the prathama vibhakti form of that word, not chakrasya. You should not become chakrasya, chakrasyanam. Take the root word and add that anam, chakranam, and here it becomes chakranam.
So it's not chakranam because we have that ra in that chakra word, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
chakra, ra is the ending there.
Yeah.
Okay, next, dirgha ikaranta strilinga shabdah, putri. Putri, what is the shashthee bhakti? Ekavachanam?
Putriyaha.
Bahuvachanam?
Putrinam.
Putrinam, dirgha.
Yeah, okay.
Like nadi, just like think like nadi. Nadinam, putrinam. Okay, banaha. Shashthee bhakti ekavachanam? Banasya, bahuvachanam?
Bananam.
Yeah, bananam. Okay, bana means what? So just everybody, if somebody doesn't know what is bana, bana.
Arrow.
Arrow. Arrow. And interestingly, it could be name of a person also. There are many Bana. There was a demon called Banasura, and there are also famous kavi, poet called Bana Bhatta. Ruchi.
Meaning is taste, but the thing written like mati.
Is it like mati? Yeah.
Mati. Lingam.
Pumlingam.
Pullingam. Mati.
Pulingam.
Pulingam. Mati.
Yeah.
Ruchihi. Pulingam. Base word ruchi. रुचि शब्दस्य एकवचन षष्ठी विभक्ति रूपम रुच्याः. There is an alternate form, right? Ruchi. Like mati has alternate षष्ठी विभक्ति form. Just keep that in mind.
Ruchi.
There is he, who. Yeah. Mati has alternate form. Ruchyaha, ruchehe. Can use any. And shashti vibhakti bahuvachanam.
Ruchinam.
Ruchi.
It will be similar to mati, right?
Mati. Ruchi. Na.
Ruchinam.
Ruchina, because there is a cha in between. Ruchina. Okay. Here also, what is bhakti? Bhakti is strilinga, like mati. Bhakti hai, bhakti alternate forms are there.
What is bhakti? Bhakti is what? Shashti.
Shashti bhakti like mate hai.
Okay, so it's ekvachanam. And bhaktyaha will be the bahuvachanam, okay.
No, bhaktya, both are ekvachanam.
Oh, I see. Then what will be the bahuvachanam?
Like ruchinam, bhaktinam.
Bhaktanam.
Bhaktinam. Bhakti means what? What is the bhakti?
Devotion.
Devotion. Bhakta is different. Bhakta is a pullinga word. What is bhakta? Devotee. Devotee, pullinga word. So if it is a female person, what are you going to do? Not this bhakti. Bhakti is devotion. That bhava, devotion. Bhaktasya bhavaha bhakti. But if the bhakta devotee is a strilinga, it is bhakta. Bhakti, devotion.
So the Bahuvachanam is Bhakti Nam or Bhakti Nam?
Bhakti, dirgha. Mati Nam. Is it a dirgha here? Mati. Mati. Though the base word is Hraswa E, the shashthee Bhakti Bahuvachanam becomes dirgha. Just like Hari. What was the Hari also, like Pullinga also same thing. Like Hari, base word is short E, Hari. But in the Bahuvachanam it becomes Harinam, dirgha E.
So is it Bhakti Nam?
Bhakti Nam.
Is it Bhakti Nam? I couldn't hear you earlier. I had to log back in.
Okay, Bhakti Nam. Bhakti Nam.
That's correct. Okay, Bhakti Nam.
So this, knowing this ikaranta strilinga word is helpful. All these words are helpful. But many of the words which you see ending in like a ti, we come across many like bhakti. Many words, and most of them are ikaranta strilinga. So this is helpful actually. Like bhakti, shashthee, mati, drishti, gati. All these are strilinga, ikaranta strilinga words.
How about Pati?
Pati pullinga we saw. Pati, ikaranta pullinga.
So that's the exception. Pati is Pumlingam.
And there are many words like that, but I'm just most of the words which we come across would be like this, like bhakti, shakti, mati, drishti, gati, rati, stuti, kruti, mruti, srishti. So all these are ti. They are strilinga words. Note that also one more thing I will hint like all these, like what I said, bhakti, kruti, mati, shakti, gati, all they have the bhava of karya in that, kriya in that. Gati means act of going, gati. Bhakti means act of devotion or devotion itself. So that becomes devotion, act of a devotee. Bhakti. Then srishti. Srishti means creation. So there is a element of kriya is involved in that bhava. Right? And then mati, the act of thinking is involved there. It's a thought. Abstraction of mati. Then the abstraction of the kriya, and then the srishti, mruti, dying, srishti, drishti, seeing. So drishti. So action, element of action is involved. It's not actually kriyapadam, but it is act is involved. Bhakti. So these are all like ti, shakti. Shakti means what?
Energy, power.
Strength.
Strength. So the act of shaknoti means one who what can be achieved, like achieve. So that is like a shakti, means the result of that. Shakti, strength. That is a bhava. So note that the ones which these words ti, shakti, they all have the act of action in that. So they are all strilingam. Whereas pati, it is not coming from the action, that point of view. It is just a standalone word, separate. There is no action there. Pati, just a pati.
In Hindi we have that bhavavachaka samnya.
Yeah, correct. Bhavavachak samya.
Bhavavachaka samya. The samya is actually namapadam.
Samya means indication, right? It's a technical term. Then the what is the other one? Stuti also like that. Stuti, because we are praising some. Praising.
Virakti?
Virakti. Or
Rakti,
Virakti.
Virakti, yeah.
Vibhakti.
Vibhakti also. Yes, Vibhakti. Strilinga word.
Shruti Mahodaya.
Yes, Shruti also. Shruti.
Somebody playing TV or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's move on. The next one we have Kriyapadani, Vartamana Kalaha, present tense. So from after looking at some of the basic forms, it means Prathama Vibhakti, Shashthee Vibhakti forms of some of the Namapadas. Now we move on to the Kriyapada forms. Can we have mute, please? Everybody mute. Varta Kriyapadani, the word for verbs is Kriyapadani. Kriyapadam means verb. Kriyapadam means verb. So in a sentence we need nouns and verbs also, right? We need nouns. For that the word is Namapada. So we need Namapada, nouns, as well as Kriyapadam in a sentence. Actually in a sentence Kriyapadam is the main thing. It is required actually in any sentence. For example, so far we have seen simple sentences like Saha Balakaha, for example. Saha Balakaha means that boy. So in English, when we say that is a boy, so that is a verb there. Whereas in Sanskritam, when we say Saha Balakaha, it appears that the verb is not there, but verb is understood here, like asti. Asti as a default verb, it is assumed there. Asti should be there. Asti as a verb is assumed. Saha balakah asti. So whenever you say like etat syutaha, eshaha syutaha, eshaha syutaha asti, that is assumed there. So verb, the kriyapadam, if it is not given, so asti is assumed. But we can also look at different other, few other kriyapadas here. Now, note that just like different languages, in Sanskritam also, a kriyapada can be used in different tenses. The different tenses, a tense is generally called kala here. Kalaha. Kala means time or a tense. So when the kriya is happening, when the kriya means action. When the kriya is happening, depending on that, different forms of a verb can be used. So at the very basic level, we can think of 3 different tenses, right? That's very basic. One is like Vartamana Kala, means which is present tense. right here, Vartamana Kala. Vartamana literally means present. Vartamana Kala we can add here. Vartamana literally means present. Vartamana Kalaha. So that means present tense. In the present tense, in the Kriya Pada or a verb can be used. And then if the action is happening at present, then Vartamana, this a verb is used in the Vartamana Kala. If the action is happening in the happened in the past, then we use the past tense form of a verb. The past tense form is called Bhuta Kala. Bhuta again means literally past. Bhuta Kala. Then another time when an action can happen is in the future. It might be happening now, that is present. It might happen in the past, or it might happen in the future. So in this case, a different form of Kriyapadam is used. This is called Bhavishyat Kala. Bhavishyat Kalaha. Again, Bhavishyat literally means future. Bhavishyat Kala. So the three basic, there are other variations of these forms, but we'll study them as we progress later in maybe level 2, etc. But basically, there are three different tenses depending on when the action is happening, action in that sentence. So one is Vartamana Kalaha, present tense, Bhuta Kalaha, past tense, Bhavishyat Kalaha, future tense. So we'll look at very simple forms, sentences, how to use a word or a Kriyapadam verb in the three different tenses, three different times. Now let's start with the Vartamana Kalaha or present tense. If the action is happening presently. In English, for example, what are the present tense examples? Suppose boy, there is a boy who is running. So we can say boy is running. This is a present tense. Is there any other type of present tense, any other way that the present tense can be used in English?
The boy runs.
Boy runs. So there are two types or two ways or two forms. Boy runs, boy is running. Both are like, one is called, I don't know, is it called simple present?
Yeah, simple present, continuous present.
Simple present, continuous present. Is boy is running. But in Sanskritam, we have only one form. Present tense means present tense. Vartamana Kala, the action is happening now. Because in Sanskritam, the thought is that if we consider, let's say, a timeline, so timeline. The Vartamana Kala means in this instant, in this moment, the action is happening. Other than that, there is no actually Vartamana, there is no present Kala or present time. When I am talking in the present tense or present at this moment. So what about you? Are you hearing me in the present tense?
Yes.
So here there is a little bit blur. So because when I talk, there is a lag. There is some time gap before it reaches you, right? Though it appears like it is present, instant, it's not exactly instant. Even when I speak, whatever I speak, myself hearing it, there is also lag before it reaches my ear. So before it reaches your also, there is some lag. So it appears like it is instantaneous. It's like a live. Live is instantaneous, but there is a lag always. So that present moment is very elusive. It just flows through it. So everything flows through that moment. So when we say, yes, I am hearing in the present time instantaneously, that means we are expanding this window of definition of present a little more. Right? It is not exactly instant there, that in that instant. So we are just expanding it a little bit. So this definition of presence is again relative. It just expands a little bit. Sometimes when we say boy runs, so boy is running, but when we are looking at the boy, sometimes we say boy runs, but sometimes we say when we want to eat, for example, I'm going to eat today. That when we add today, that meaning changes. When I say only I am eating, that means I am eating at this instant. I am going to eat today, then that means different. And similarly, boy is running. So sometimes say boy is running today or boy is running tomorrow. So then it changes, goes into the future. So there are different connotations are involved here. And even this boy runs or I eat food is simple sentence. I eat food today. I eat food tomorrow. So those are some loose usages which grammatically may not be exactly correct, but they convey the meaning. So here, also in coming back to Sanskritam, the present tense has some window there. So sometimes the present tense form of a kriya padam or a verb is used throughout a day. Whenever the action might happen in a day, then we can use the present tense form of a verb, depending on what we want to, means how we want to put it. We can use the future tense also, because if it is happening 1 hour from now or even 5 minutes from now, nobody is preventing, nobody is saying don't use the future tense form. You must use, or don't use the present tense form. You must use the future tense. So there's nothing like that. That's how we want to conceive, how we want to present it. So, but the other important thing is the distinction between the continuous present and the simple present. So we are, in English, we are very used to this boy runs, boy is running. And because we all use English so much in our day-to-day conversation and every business, what we do, so we are used to this thinking pattern, like boy runs, boy is running. But in Sanskritam, that is not the way. Sanskritam has only one present tense. There is no continuous present. How? One second, somebody is calling me. So how is the present tense meaning is communicated if that form is not there? It can be communicated. It can be, but actually the one form of a verb in Sanskritam, the present tense form of the verb actually communicates both the meanings depending on the context. Again, the context is very important in Sanskritam. So depending on the context of what is being spoken about, so we'll have to look at that, and then we'll have to get the meaning. So whether that is a simple present or continuous present, etc. So that is not actually a drawback or something shortcoming in the language. That is how the language is there. I mean, if you look at different other languages in the world, some of the languages which are there, actually they are there. Even there is only one tense is there. There is not even a future tense, present tense. Different forms are also not there. There is only one tense. So depending on only one form. So depending on the context, the meaning has to be made out. It has to be understood. So we'll start with the present tense form. Okay. The vartamana kala or present tense, vartamana kala. Some examples we'll see here first, and then we will look at the tables also later. Like the nouns have their own tables, vibhakti tables. The verbs also have their tables, but these are smaller tables. We'll look at the tables a little bit later. Now, the examples first. This one is bit to width. Aham. Veena, are you there? Can you read it? Read the start from the top. From here. We can't hear you. Okay, Archana. Bhagini. Archana Bhagini, are you there? Hello?
Hi.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I removed my earphone. Okay. Kim karoti. Sa chalati.
Okay, Kim karoti.
Sorry, Saha chalati.
Yeah, right. So Kim karoti meaning here, given here. Kim is what we know already. Karoti is the first verb we are looking at here. Karoti means what does he, she, it, you do. So it could be meaning, when we say karoti, means it generally means what do you do, or what does he do, what does she do, or what does it do. It could be used for any of these. Kim karoti. So now the answer could be some examples we are given here. Okay, the first one.
Saha chalati.
So we already know saha and chalati means walks. These are all in the present tense. We are using including karoti. Karoti means do or does. Somebody does. That is karoti. Okay, chalati, he walks. Okay, next one.
Sa likhati.
She writes. Likhati, present tense, writes. Chalati, walks. Likhati, writes. Next.
Eshaha khadati. This eats.
Yeah. So that is a literal translation actually. So Eshaha, we know, Eshaha means this. Here it is this person or this man.
Okay.
Because Esha is Pullinga. Khadati means
eats.
So this person eats or this man eats. You can also add like any other word like Eshaha balakaha khadati. Eshaha purushaha khadati. You can add other words to this. Like here also saha purushaha chalati. You can add that. Sa mahila likhati. Esha balika kim karoti?
Padati.
Pathati.
Pathati.
So for every sentence, for every picture, you can ask the question. Saha kim karoti is a question. Saha kim karoti. Saha means what does he do? So here saha kim karoti, saha chalati. Answer is chalati. So to this picture you can ask the question, sa kim karoti, what does she do? Sa likhati. Now you can add eshaha. Eshaha kim karoti, what does this person do? Esha khadati. Sa kim karoti or esha kim karoti, esha pathati. Okay, what is the next question?
Maheshah kim pibati?
Maheshah kim karoti?
Kim karoti? Maheshah pibati. Maheshah drinks. Lata kim karoti? Lata pashyati. Lata looks. Purushah kim karoti? Purushah gacchati. Man goes. Mahima kim karoti? Mahima hasati.
Mahila.
Mahila hasati. Guruhu. That's right. Guruddha. Kim karoti? Guruddha tishtati. Old man stands. That's old man. Guruddha.
Guruddha is old man.
Balika kim karoti? Balika dhavati. Girl runs. Bhavan kim karoti? Bhavan nayati. Bhavan nayati, you carry?
Yeah. Bhavan means you, right? Pullingam.
Okay. Bhavan. Okay. Bhavati kim karoti? Bhavati khelati. You play.
Yeah. You play or you are playing. Both. It means both the things. So we don't have separation in Sanskritam like simple and continuous. Then somebody is playing. Yeah. Bhavati khelati. So if you, as you see these examples here, saha chalati, he walks, sa likhati. So we are taking in the first, except the last line, we are taking the third person. Like in English, how do we say, right here. So we have third person, second person, first person, right? In English, we have persons. First person, second person, third person. So what does this mean in terms of verbs in English? First person, how do we use? Example, third person is he eats, right? We use he, she, or it for the third person. And for second person, what do we use? Example?
You.
You eat something. And first person, what do we use? Example? I. I or he, we in singular plural. So here also in third person. In second person we use you or you, singular plural. Third person we use he, they, she, they, and any other thing except that I, we, you, anything else will fall in the third person. The similar concept we have in Sanskritam also. We have three persons. So they are called, first person is called Uttama. First person is called Uttama Purusha. person is called Purusha, because Purusha, we know that person is Purusha. So Uttama Purusha, and second person is called Madhyama Purusha. There are not actually numbers here. They are names. Uttama Purusha, Madhyama Purusha. Third person is called Prathama Purusha. So Prathama Purusha is the third person in English. Madhyama Purusha is second person in English. And Uttama Purusha is the first person in English grammar. So the examples we are looking at, they are Prathama Purusha, right? We are using he, she, it, because we are not using I or you in these examples here. Because this Eshaha, Saha, Eshaha, they are all not I and you. Purushaha, Ruddhaha, they are different other persons, not I and you. But whereas the last one, Bhavan and Bhavati, they mean you in masculine and feminine, but they mean you. Even then, this form of verb is used. There is the same form which is used for the third person. The same form is used, so that is convenient. Bhavan means you, Pullinge. Bhavati, you, Strilingam. But the same form, like Dhavati, Hasati, Gacchati, Khelati, same form is used with these specific words which mean you, Bhavan and Bhavati. There are other words also which mean you in Sanskritam. With those words, we do not use these forms of the verbs. We use different forms. The Madhyama Purusha, the second person forms are different. So these are all third person forms. Or in Sanskritam they are called Prathama Purusha. So these are all Prathama Purusha forms. The Prathama Purusha forms are used with generally like this Saha, Eshaha, Sa, Esha, Tat, Etat, and any other words like this Purusha, Mahila, Ruddha, Balaka, etc. Along with that, with these two words also, Bhavan and Bhavati also, which actually means you. So this is convenient, so because we do not have to remember the Madhyama Purusha form of the verbs. We can just remember this Prathama Purusha forms of these verbs, and we can also use them with you. So when you say Bhavan Tishthati, that means you stand or you are standing. Bhavati Dhavati, you are running. So that is a convenient way to do it.
Sanjeev, just to clarify, it's just Bhavan and Bhavati, right?
Yes.
Just these two.
Just these two words and their Dvivachanam and Bhavachanam form also, means whatever the Bhavan and Bhavati words. Yes, these two words.
Okay, thank you.
There are other words to indicate you, but with those words, these Nayati, Khelati, Dhavati forms are not used. There are different forms.
Yes, thank you.
We'll look at that. We'll take a quick look at these tables next week. So then you'll get a better idea. But right now, these are just examples we saw today. I think the time is over. We'll stop here. But some examples with present tense forms. Saha chalati, sa likhati, etc. So at least we got introduced to some Kriyapalam. Okay. So we'll stop here today. We'll meet next week.